So we're back in the kitchen. Winter's probably coming up for a lot of people, but not for me, not for somebody who lives near the equator. There is no winter. So I'm making a nice summer drink, green tea lemonade. It's not very hard to make this in all reality. You're just making green tea and then you're making lemonade and you're mixing it together, and it makes this delicious drink that somebody very intelligently came up with the name green tea lemonade. So first thing we're gonna do is add about, so you want 4 grams per like 150 milliliters, and this is in metric numbers, so freedom numbers, you'll have to calculate it. But you want to add about 4 grams per 150 milliliters. So that's 4 grams. So based on my calculator skills, we need about 26. We'll save a little bit for us. So 25 to make a liter. That's good enough. So we got our 25 grams of green tea. I'm gonna put it in this little cotton baggie, and I'm gonna steep it. So some people are thinking like, oh, steep it in hot water. Yeah, you can get that done, and there's a lot of benefits to doing it that way, and it's faster. You get more caffeine out of it. Now I am going to take a little bit of a different route, and I am actually going to steep it in cold water. Well, lukewarm water, because I noticed that if you steep it in lukewarm water or cold water, sometimes I do it in ice, but if you steep it in cooler water, it's a lot less bitter, the green tea. And I'm not a fan of bitter drinks. It's one of the reasons why I don't like drinking alcohol anymore. So we're gonna use cool water. I'll probably add a little bit of ice, but I got 25 grams of organic sencha green tea, and I'm gonna steep it for maybe a few hours while I do other stuff in lukewarm water, and I'm gonna add some ice in it, about a liter. There we go. So the more you let it steep, the more green tea flavors you can get out of it. I've done this before where I just let it steep overnight, and that works pretty well. But if you don't have the time, I guess you can do it for a few hours and it could work that way too. So I'm just gonna let this sit here and steep for, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 hours. And in the meantime, I'll make the lemonade and do other stuff around the house while this steeps. Once I'm done, we can go ahead and mix everything together and make some delicious green tea lemonade. All right, so it's been about an hour and a half since I've put the green tea to steep. I'm gonna start making the lemonade portion of this drink, which is basically just a simple lemonade recipe, and then add the green tea to it at the end. Now I like to do everything by weight because I think it's a bit more accurate that way. So I got these 2 Ponderosa lemons that I got from my front yard, my lemon tree. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up and juice it, and however much lemon juice that makes is gonna dictate how much lemonade I have, because this right here is the limiting factor. This one's, it looks like it's going bad, but I think it's still pretty good. We'll check the inside. Hopefully it's not rotten. This is brand new squeezer. I thought it would be an appropriate time to use it. All right, let's start off with the moldy looking one first. The big reveal. Let's see what we got going on. Not bad. I mean, I think it's still good. It doesn't smell bad. I think we're safe to use this. So this one's still good too. The Ponderosa lemon is, like, as you can tell, really big. And they always said that when I got the lemon tree, I remember reading that the rind is supposed to be very thick, but I don't know, maybe I got a defective tree, but the rind isn't that bad. You get a lot of lemon juice out of these lemons. They say that getting the lemon juice this way is a lot more effective than using that little squeeze thing. I have that one too, but I bought this one because I've read that well, not read, but I saw a video where the guy tested the squeezer, this thing, and a spoon, and this thing had the most lemon juice extracted off of it. And I'm all about efficiency. Lemon half number 2. Look at all these seeds. Lemon half number 3. I think next time, instead of cutting it down the middle that way, I think it'd be better to cut it in halfways. You know what I mean? Because this rind part in the middle is getting in the way of effective squeezing. Last but not least, all right, well, I think that worked out really well, actually. Got a lot of juice from these bad boys. Look at that. So we got about 280 milliliters of juice. Okay, so with 280 milliliters of juice, more or less, I'm gonna have to make it's called simple syrup. It's basically just sugar and water. I use this oversized container. And you want, for the simple syrup, I don't want to make too much because I'm not going to use it, so I'm just going to make enough simple syrup to make 280 milliliters, which is the same amount of lemon juice I have. And the ratio was 1:1. Some people use it a little bit more sweeter, so you could put like a 1 to 1.25. So if it's a cup, you put a cup in a quarter, but I'm gonna keep it simple and just do 1:1 because we don't eat our lemonade super sweet anyways. So go ahead and get your sugar. So 280, I'm gonna need about 140 milliliters or grams of sugar. 140 grams of sugar. And I already boiled up some water, and you add until you have 280. For me, I'm telling you, it's not hard to make lemonade. It's funny, I actually heard of this recipe from, I think it was like Starbucks. Starbucks made a bunch of drinks and people were going crazy about their green tea lemonade. So, I mean, I don't know too many Starbucks drinks. I know your classics, the Frappuccino, the pink drink, and then I heard about this one. So this one caught my attention, and I was like, I could make that at home. So I did it, and it turned out delicious. So now it's one of my favorite summer drinks to make. You want to mix this bad boy until it's well incorporated. I'm using cane sugar, so yours might look a little bit different if you use white sugar. I also have maple syrup. I had thought about using that, but I haven't done it yet. The benefit about using maple syrup is if you decide it's not sweet enough, you can just add a little bit more later into your lemonade. Boom. Okay, so we got our simple syrup, our lemon juice, and now the water depends. We're not using water, we're using our green tea mix that we made. So some people like to say like one part sugar or simple syrup, 1 part lemon juice, and then 6 parts water. I'm just gonna mix this lemon juice and simple syrup concentrate, and then I'll add maybe like 6, 7, or 8 parts of the green tea. So this too was individually 280 milliliters. I might be doing a little bit too much math for you guys. I wish we can avoid the math, but we can't. So 280 milliliters plus 280 milliliters. That's 560, I think. Okay, so here is where I'm gonna mix everything. Here's the toxic sludge that I'm using to add into the concentrate. So what we're gonna do is, we have a liter. If we want a 1:6 ratio, 166. So we'll just say 170, and then the liter of this. If it turns out it needs more lemon juice or more sugar, then I'll just add more of the lemon juice concentrate. Bada bing. So, by the way, this is what it looks like, the green tea sludge. All right, we may have overshot a little bit. We're at 172, but no worries. So now we add our liter. The benefit about this green tea is that you can steep it more than once. You don't have to steep it just one time and then throw away the green tea. It's a little bit of a waste, don't you think? So I'm gonna actually add a bunch of ice cubes to this and then let it steep tonight and probably drink it tomorrow morning or something. So I'm gonna give it a little taste test to make sure that it's adequately sweet. It definitely needs more. That's pretty good. It needs more sugar though. That's the benefit of maple syrup. And I love the taste of maple syrup. You know what too? You start adding ice to your lemonade, so that might water it down. Maybe you want to add a little bit more concentrate than you would. So I'd say try a 1-to-3 or a 1-to-4 ratio. That's what I'm gonna do next time. Worst comes to worst, just don't add too much water and make sure you have some concentrate left to be able to add just in case. You can always save the concentrate for later and make more lemonade, so it's not going to waste or anything. I was about to chug this thing like an animal. I'm supposed to taste it. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna go with that. So this recipe is done. In summary, it's very easy to make this. All you gotta do is make green tea, let it steep overnight preferably, so you can extract all the flavors off of it. And then you make lemonade like you usually do, and instead of using water to add to your lemonade concentrate, you add the green tea. Simple enough. Thanks for watching. You have a great one.